According to research, the Gambia is currently losing out on a potential $1.9 billion in the form of revenue. Shockingly, no one seems to care about this significant loss. In this video, you will find out how the Great Republic of the Gambia is losing out on a potential $1.9 billion in extra income. This would have pushed the Gambia's current GDP of just over $2 billion each year to about $3.9 billion per calendar year. With the debt to GDP hovering at around over 80%, this extra $1.9 billion the Gambia is currently missing out on would have caused the debt to GDP ratio to drop to approximately 45%. But how is the Gambia losing this opportunity and missing out on this significant amount of money? This is what we will be exploring in the next couple of minutes. Make sure you stay till the end. Let's dig deep straight away. The first income-generating sector of the Gambian economy losing money is illegal fishing. The Gambian fishing industry is one crucial sector losing a substantial amount of potential revenue due to underinvestment and poor maritime security. According to the Maritime Executive, the Gambia is only able to police 20% of its maritime space, making it vulnerable to the incursion of illegal fishing vessels into Gambian waters. This also leads to a colossal loss of revenue and a whopping 80% depletion of fish stocks in Gambian waters. According to the Amnesty International and Africa Defense Forum, it is estimated that Gambia, Mauritania, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea and Sierra Leone together lose $2.3 billion annually to illegal fishing. On the other hand, according to the Maritime Executive and the Center for Strategic International Studies, CSIS, West African nations, including the Gambia, lose an estimated $9.4 billion annually due to illegal, unreported and unregulated IUU fishing activities. This vast economic loss significantly impacts local economies and the livelihoods dependent on fishing. The second on our list is education and workforce. The Gambia faces an estimated annual loss of up to $300 million in economic productivity issues due to educational deficiencies and an unproductive workforce. Many young Gambians are unable to complete their education, leading to a less skilled workforce and lower overall productivity. There has been an advanced and notable increase of up to 37% in the number of graduates completing education without formal jobs as noted by the OECD data. The combined rate of unemployment and potential labor force, those who are either seeking employment but not available or who want to work but are not seeking, reaches 31.6%. This high level of labor underutilization points to significant economic inefficiencies and lost revenue opportunities as per GBOS data. Informal employment in the Gambia constitutes about 79.4% of total employment. This high level of informality suggests a lack of social protections and benefits, which can undermine workforce productivity and economic stability, GBOS data. The third is the Banjul International Airport. The Banjul International Airport is a crucial income-generating asset of the Gambian economy that is causing the Gambia to lose millions of dollars due to capacity issues and higher prices of services compared to the surrounding regional airports. This sharp decrease in income has posed challenges for maintaining and upgrading airport infrastructure. The airport incurs losses of approximately $3 million annually due to operational inefficiencies, including outdated infrastructure and inefficient ground handling services. These issues affect turnaround times and overall service quality, further deterring airlines and passengers. However, the overall potential revenue loss from all aspects of running the airport to the non-existence of a national career supersedes $200 million as per the ACI World. This has led to Gambian travelers looking elsewhere. Gambians flying through Senegalese airports have increased by over 50% in the last 5 years due to better connectivity and more flight options connecting Senegal to the rest of the world. Due to this, the number of flights operating out of Banjul International Airport decreased by 30% from pre-pandemic levels. Many airlines reduced their service frequencies or temporarily halted flights to Banjul due to lower demand and operational challenges as highlighted by the Fly Airport's data. Agricultural productivity is one heavy sector losing revenue. Due to inefficient farming techniques, lack of access to modern technology and climate change, the Gambia's agricultural sector loses approximately $50 million in revenue each year. This extends to a further loss of another $300 million, which is how much this tiny West African nation spends on food imports, as per Statista. This significantly impacts the country's economy, as agriculture is a primary source of income for a large portion of the population. This overtly tells the significance of the Gambian agricultural sector, with the potential to generate a colossal amount of revenue and stupendous job creation than any other sector. The Gambian government's expenditure is heavily skewed towards non-agricultural sectors, such as road construction and unnecessary political spendings, overshadowing investment in agriculture. This trend highlights a significant neglect of the agricultural sector, which faces additional threats from climate change, further jeopardizing its stability and growth, and the involvement of young farmers. Young poultry farmers in the Gambia are quitting due to the exorbitant costs of chicken feed, which make it difficult to turn a profit. Additionally, competition with imported eggs, which are often misrepresented as locally produced, has further strained local poultry farming. The next one is tourism revenue loss. The Gambia loses an estimated $100 million annually in potential tourism revenue due to inadequate infrastructure, underinvestment, and endemic mismanagement, despite its rich cultural heritage and natural beauties. This gives birth to the loss of tourists to stronger and more competitive regional players like Senegal. The Gambia lost approximately $50 million to Senegal due to the influx of Gambian tourists ending up in Senegal in the form of accommodation, food, and other related expenses, as per the CEIC data report. The Gambian tourism sector is a key income-generating sector that contributed to over 20.1% of the country's national revenue budget in the form of GDP in 2017. However, this has been going in a downward spiral, with experts suggesting that the figure is well below 17% due to continuous chronic underinvestments as highlighted by NOMA. Finally, corruption. The Gambia's biggest revenue loss goes to endemic corruption, which is deeply rooted in almost all sectors of the Gambian economy and various spectrums of management or governance. On a national level, persistent corruption eats up to a whopping $300 million each year, as per the global financial institutions. Experts argue that this figure is very conservative. However, we have decided to showcase $300 million as a conservative figure since the exact figure is unknown, with global financial institutions showing different figures. We advise you to do your own preliminary search to get context on this issue. According to the Gambian-owned Point newspaper, in 2021, corruption at the Gambia Petroleum Storage Facility led to an alleged loss of $20 million due to the unauthorized disposal of petroleum products by senior officials. The National Audit Office has revealed that the Barrow government lost millions of dollars of public money due to corruption. The Audit Office's 2018 report showed that a substantial amount of public funds were unaccounted for by various government departments and agencies. This is a humble request to please like this video and subscribe to the African Pacific YouTube channel, a Gambian-owned channel looking into the happenings of the motherland that are often ignored by mainstream media. Please show your support by liking and subscribing. Thank you so much. Now on to the $1.9 billion revenue loss. According to the Center for Strategic and International Studies, the World Bank, and the MDPI report, the Gambia has wide areas with massive income-generating potentials the country is not capitalizing on. These reports suggest that with just a tiny move towards these key areas, the Gambia could double up its GDP in a short time frame, and if they are serious enough, they could see much bigger gains than ever anticipated. These reports argued that by just doubling agricultural productivity and adding value through processing, agriculture's GDP contribution could increase from $0.24 billion to $0.72 billion. Doubling tourism revenue through diversification and infrastructure improvements could boost its GDP contribution from $0.22 billion to $0.44 billion. Furthermore, they proposed that legal and sustainable fishing practices could increase the fishery sector's contribution from its current low levels to $0.1 billion. Developing a robust renewable energy sector could contribute up to $0.2 billion to GDP. And finally, enhancing the workforce could attract FDI and create new industries worth $0.3 billion annually. This is what is possible with a little bit more effort from the government that could see the Gambia bagging an extra $1.9 billion in revenue. With this, will there be any need to take loans from these self-centered Western financial institutions, or even continuously increase taxes, which pushes tens of thousands of Gambians into poverty? Comment down below. This is a humble reminder to please like this video and subscribe to the African Pacific YouTube channel. Thank you so much, much appreciated. This is the end of this video. Please leave your thoughts in the comments section below on what you think on this issue. Thanks for watching and stay safe.